In 410 CE, the impossible happened. For the first time in 800 years, an enemy breached the walls of Rome. The Visigoths sacked the eternal city. But Rome didn't fall because an enemy was too strong. It fell because its war machine turned inward, cannibalizing the very state it was built to protect. The system built to conquer the world choked on its own success. This is how it fell.
For generations, the Pax Romana provided an illusion of eternal security. But beneath the marble veneer, a crisis was brewing.
Rome's early economy relied on constant conquest. When the expansion stopped under Hadrian, the massive influx of slave labor and plunder dried up. The collapse was driven by three failures. First, hyperinflation destroyed the currency. Second, the iconic heavy Roman infantryman became completely obsolete against nomadic raiders. Third, perpetual civil war. Generals spent more time killing each other for the throne than defending borders. By the 4th century, Rome suffered from a terminal disease: size. The empire split in two. The east was wealthy and secure. The west, containing Rome itself, was broke and overextended. Inflation ruined the economy. Taxes soared, and regular Roman citizens refused to fight. Desperate for manpower, Rome made a fatal deal. They outsourced their defense. They hired entire Germanic tribes, the Foederati, to guard the empire's borders. These soldiers didn't speak Latin or care about Roman law. Rome paid its own executioners. It wasn't just an army crossing the frontier. It was an entire migration. Whole nations were moving into Roman territory. In just 50 years, over 26 different men claimed the imperial throne. Most were assassinated by their own troops. The myth of Roman invincibility was shattered. Emperors weren't just dying in battle, they were being captured and enslaved. The central government collapsed. The empire broke apart into rival rogue states, leaving Rome isolated and defenseless. For centuries, Rome's borders kept the enemy at bay. Now, the capital had to build massive walls just to survive the night. The legions were no longer Roman. They were an occupying force, waiting for the perfect moment to strike from within. The end didn't come with an explosion. In 476 CE, a Germanic chieftain marched into the capital. He cornered the last Western emperor, a powerless boy ironically named Romulus Augustulus. The barbarian chieftain didn't even kill him. He just stripped him of his crown. The West was dead. For a millennium, the war machine crushed everything. But Rome's lesson is simple.
A society that lives solely by the sword eventually loses control of the blade. Subscribe for Season 2.